into space. What does this moment mean to you? How are you tracking it about the splashdown on Earth?
This is a moment we were all waiting for to happen for quite some time after the issue of the Boeing Starliner getting into some difficulties of bringing Sunita and others back home and coming empty. We were looking with a lot of anticipation how they are going to come back. And all of us knew that it is going to come back only in Crew Dragon. That seems to be the only option left. But then it took quite some time. I really don't know why it took so much of time. Possibly they could have done it early. But then it happened today, and we should be very, very happy to see it's happening. And it also showcases our ability to handle crisis. Human beings don't get stuck in space, but there are mechanisms to bring them back. Of course, it is available. So though it doesn't happen with the main satellite which they intended to, because Boeing Starliner is no longer functional and ready to take human beings, but then at least there is a Crew Dragon available to do that. And if it was not there, still there would have been another craft available from the Russian side or somewhere else to do this mission. So human beings have now progressed far beyond its original capability of going to space travel, and gives us hope that future travel will happen with more and more vehicles available. Options should be available for us to go and come back to space. So that's how I look at it.
So you also, because you led the Chandrayaan mission that gave such a celebration moment for India, and how this was consistent determination that came in. Tell us about what such missions mean to scientists like yourself, because there are so many uncertainties, challenges that people outside the agency may not realize. So tell us about the kind of effort, the determination that is needed to keep going, to ensure success this year that will come, and the kind of challenges that are often involved in such missions.
The human space missions are always very, very challenging technically, as well as its planning and execution. First and foremost is, of course, design of the spacecraft where human beings travel. It's a really complex mastery of engineering and science. In its design, in its operation, software, and every element that has to work very synchronously. I think that is one of the biggest challenges, and it takes years of perfection to make it work every time. Though it looks so simple and easy for it to come back and then land softly with the parachutes deploying, but it is fully autonomous, and the human interventions are very, very minimum, except in case of contingencies and failures. So the whole of the mission is in terms of its sequencing appropriately. The right time it has to deorbit from the full velocity to the re-entry velocity, so as to precisely locate it to land at a very tight spot, in few kilometers away in the area where we have to collect them. But then, so failures, how do you really handle failures in such missions, and what type of redundancies are built into it in case anything goes wrong, and how alternate splashdown sites are identified for habitable recovery tools. I think all of this globally they understand this, and many a times there were initial issues, but now after having perfected it, it is like airline travel, where you don't worry about all those technicalities, those who travel there. So it's a question of numbers. Yeah, it's a question of numbers that we perfect it with over a large number of specimens.
All right, so remember, it's also about the Indian roots that has found a connect for India and feeling like she's our space girl too. Sunita Williams was, though born in Ohio on 19 September 1965, her father has been a neuroscientist born and brought up in Gujarat. He migrated to America in the 1950s, where then Sunita Williams was born. So she has a mixed heritage of Gujarati and American descent. Sunita's ancestral roots are from a village in Gujarat, Julasan village in Gujarat, where literally there was a celebration mode, knowing that in